bem-vindos. Sou Juliana Souza, gerente de expansão da Wadem Prime Brasil. Sejam muito bem-vindos a este novo webinar organizado pela Wadem Prime Filial Brasil, a Escola Internacional de Negócios, com 28 sedes nos Estados Unidos, presente em 11 países de língua espanhola, na América Latina e agora também no Brasil. É uma verdadeira honra contar com a presença de vocês hoje aqui. Sabemos que todo o tempo de todos nós é valioso e agradecemos profundamente por terem escolhido investir esse momento para continuar se desenvolvendo conosco. Quem somos? A Wadem Prime é uma escola de negócios com visão global que oferece programas nas áreas de negócios, idiomas, tecnologia e formação profissional com diploma americano. Contamos com o respaldo acadêmico da Wadem Universidade e com um aval institucional da Câmara de Empresários Hispânicos dos Estados Unidos, o que garante a qualidade e a projeção internacional de todos os nossos programas. Sobre o nosso tempo aqui no Zoom, antes de começarmos, algumas orientações técnicas e de etiqueta para garantir uma experiência positiva para todos. Por favor, mantenham seus microfones desligados durante toda a apresentação para evitarmos interferências. Caso queiram fazer perguntas, podem escrevê-las no chat a qualquer momento. Ao final da conferência, teremos 10 minutos dedicados exclusivamente se houverem perguntas. Nosso material também poderá ser disponibilizado no prazo de 72 horas. A única contribuição que pedimos em troca é simples, mas muito valiosa para nós. É que nos enviem um breve depoimento ou avaliação sobre a sua experiência no curso e sobre todo o conteúdo que você vai receber aqui. Isso nos ajuda a melhorar continuamente e a seguir oferecendo formação acessível e de qualidade para todas as pessoas. Muito obrigada e vamos começar. Mais uma vez, agradeço por estarem conosco. Pedimos que se preparem para fazer as anotações, participem e aproveitem ao máximo esse encontro. E agora, sem mais demoras, nós queremos passar a palavra para o professor dessa noite, o professor Milton Rosa, a quem damos as mais boas-vindas calorosas. É com você, professor.
Posso falar inglês? Português. Okay. Hello, everyone. It's very good to see everyone here. This is a pleasure for me to be able to be part of this. And we'd like to talk today about travel English. Anyone who has traveled knows how hard it is sometimes to check in at the airport and do the basic things. So I'm going to teach you the basics. The first lesson we're going to talk about is at the airport. So we're going to learn some words first, okay? So I'm going to show you some vocabulary so you are familiar when you start the lesson. So this is a picture of an airport. And here, when you take a look at this picture, you see the sign here. So you look at the sign, there's this terminal, concourses, ticketing, and check-in. So a terminal is where the plane arrives at or leaves from. So a terminal. And concourses, you have a section of terminals or a set of terminals. So in this case, you have concourses going from E to F. And each concourse has a number of terminals. Not just one, maybe 5, 6, I don't know. It depends on the airport you're at. Ticketing is the place where you get the tickets, and check-in is the place where you check in for the flight. You leave your bag at the check-in counter. So let's take a look at some words, okay? Are you following me? I see Karina here is on the line. Welcome, Karina. It's nice to see you here. And I have also Natalia. How are you, Natalia? Good evening, everyone. Welcome to my class. So if you want to participate, you just raise your hand. And if you want to ask a question, please feel free to ask the question. Se quiserem participar, se quiserem perguntar alguma coisa, sintam-se à vontade. É só erguer a mão. Se tiverem alguma dúvida, podem fazer a pergunta, ok? Okay, let's take a look at some vocabulary. Vamos dar uma olhada aqui no vocabulário. So here, the first picture, what do you see in the first picture? Airports. Okay, you can, I think my camera is frozen. My camera is getting frozen. I don't know what's happening to my camera. Okay, it's back on. Can you see me there? Okay. So the first picture, you can say it out loud on your side, ok? Vocês podem repetir em voz alta do lado de vocês aí. Airport. Airport. So what do you see in this picture? Here, we see a plane. O que vocês veem nessa foto? Aqui você vê um avião. E here's the terminal. Aqui está o terminal. And so say it again, airport. And here, the second picture, airplane. Airplane. And here, the third picture, you have luggage. Luggage or baggage. You can say luggage or baggage. Você pode dizer luggage ou baggage, que seria bagagem. Luggage, baggage. And here you have a suitcase. So what's the difference between this picture and this picture here? Luggage, you have more than one bag, more than one suitcase. So everything you carry, tudo que você carrega on your trip is your luggage. Seria a bagagem. So a single piece of luggage, uma única peça de bagagem é suitcase. That's suitcase. So a single piece of luggage can be a suitcase, can be a bag, can be a backpack. Okay, so in this case, we have in this picture a suitcase. Mas eu disse que pode ser que seja uma mala, pode ser uma mochila, ok? Pode ser uma bolsa. E essa série de bolsas você chama de luggage, um conjunto de bolsas, de malas, luggage. E uma só, neste caso, nós vemos aqui suitcase. Okay, next, we have a hand luggage or carry-on luggage. You can say it, you can repeat it. Você pode repetir hand luggage, carry-on luggage. So this one here is small. Why is it hand luggage? Because you can carry, it's light, it's small, and you can carry it on the plane. Então a diferença é que uma hand luggage ou carry-on luggage, que é de carregar, você pode colocar dentro do avião, você pode colocar no compartimento de malas dentro do avião, que eles chamam de overhead bin or overhead compartment. A gente vai ver. Então aqui nós temos a hand luggage. Can you repeat it? Hand luggage or carry-on luggage. Boarding pass. This is the boarding pass. The boarding pass, after you show your tickets at the check-in counter, you get the boarding pass. What does the boarding pass show? O que que mostra aqui o boarding pass? It shows your origin and your destination. So here I have the boarding pass. So here, this guy is coming from London, going to New York. So is leaving London, or she's leaving London, going to New York. The first piece of information. A primeira informação que você tem é a origem e o destino. Origin and destination. Saindo de Londres, indo para Nova York. Leaving London and going to New York. And the next piece of information that you have on a boarding pass, próxima informação que você tem no boarding pass, que seria o cartão de embarque, boarding pass, is the flight number, o número do voo, flight number. So in this case, the flight number is BA117. Neste caso, o número do voo é BA117, BA117, flight number. So repeat it. Flight BA117. And the next piece of information you have, e a próxima informação que você tem, the next piece of information you have is the date. What is the date? It's April 24th or the 24th of April. So here you have the date. The day is 24 and the month is April. APR is April. Abril, 24 de abril. You can say April 24th in American English or the 24th of April in British English. And the next piece of information you have is the departure time. What is the departure time on this boarding pass? 10:45. 10:45 or a quarter to 11. Repeat it. 10:45 or a quarter to 11. That's the departure time. And my video is frozen once again. I don't know what's going on. I have to turn it off and turn it back on. Now it's working again. Can you see me there? My beautiful face. So next is boarding time. So departure, partida, boarding time, horário de embarque. So the time you're gonna get on the plane, o horário em que você vai subir no avião, is the boarding time. So the boarding time is the time when you board on the plane. So the plane leaves at 10:45, but people start getting on the plane, start boarding the plane at 10:15. And the next piece of information that we have is the seat, o assento. So in this case, the seat is 18C. This is the number of the seat. Okay. And here you have group B. So what is group? Group is the sequence. Okay, so you have a lot of seats on the plane. So to make it easier, para facilitar, to make it easier for people to board the plane, people are divided by groups. So let's say you are going to sit in coach class, first class, economy class. So it's sections on the plane. You have different sections on the plane, and they divide these by groups. So you have to pay attention to your group when you are boarding the plane. So they're gonna say, okay, group B now. You can start boarding. Okay, so group is the division. Like the people that are boarding the plane, they are divided by groups. So in this case, group B. All right. Boarding pass. I talked a lot about the boarding pass. Next one. What do you see here? There's a man, and this man is looking out the window of the plane. And the seat he's sitting on is by the window. So if the seat is by the window, it's a window seat. O homem está olhando pela janela, ele está sentado ao lado da janela. Se ele está sentado ao lado da janela, if he is sitting by the window, this is the window seat. Esta aqui é a poltrona de janela. Window seat. Okay, repeat it. Window seat. Can you hear me? Can everybody hear me? Is everybody following me? Next, the same man now is on a plane. The plane is pretty empty. Agora o mesmo homem está no avião, tá bem vazio, né? It's pretty empty. So there's only one guy in this picture on the plane. No avião, on the plane. So where is he sitting? Now he's sitting on, an aisle seat. Repeat, aisle seat. Once again, aisle seat. Ou assento do corredor. Aisle seat. All right? Let's continue. This lady here works for the airline company. Esta moça trabalha para a empresa aérea. Esta senhora trabalha para a empresa aérea, airline company. And what does she do? O que que ela faz? What does she do? She is the check-in attendant. And here we are at the check-in desk. What is this place? The check-in desk. O balcão de check-in is the place where you check in for your flight. É o lugar onde você faz o check-in para o seu voo. When you get to the airport, so you check in your bags and you get the boarding pass. This is the place you go to. Repeat, check-in desk. Check-in desk. Okay? So after the flight, depois do voo, once you finish, once you leave the plane, assim que você sai do avião, you go to this place, the baggage claim area. The baggage claim area is where you get your bags back from the plane. And they put it on this carousel. They call it baggage carousel or tray. Okay? Repeat, baggage carousel. Baggage carousel. Now the next picture you have the luggage trolley, where you put your bags on to move around the airport. É onde você coloca suas malas para se mover pelo aeroporto. So you don't have to carry heavy luggage. Você não precisa carregar bagagem pesada. So you put your bags, você coloca suas bolsas, you put your bags on a trolley like this, which is called luggage trolley. Você coloca suas bolsas num carrinho de bagagens igual a este, que eles chamam de luggage trolley. Okay, can you repeat it? Luggage trolley. Next, if somebody, or if you're at the airport and you want to know when your flight is leaving or when someone's flight is arriving, you will pay attention to this sign here. So you see a monitor or a screen, and they're all over the airports. They call this flight information screen. Então, essa tela de informações de voo. So here, the air companies announce when their flights are coming. Okay? So here you have the flight number, the airline company, the destination, the time, the counter, balcão, the gate, o portão, and remarks, observações. For example, here, what do you see here? The second line. you have the flight number LO6618, and the airline company is LOT. The destination is Warsaw, Varsovia. The time is 11:30. The arrival time is 11:30. And here, or the departure time. The departure time. And here it says if it's delayed or not. Aqui está dizendo que está atrasado. Delayed. 12:40. So the time was 11:30, but it's delayed. The new time now is 12:40. So you have to pay attention to these signs at the airport. So can you say it? Can you repeat it? Flight information screen. Flight information screen. Okay, next, passports. If you travel abroad, se você viaja para o estrangeiro, if you travel to another country, you may need a passport. Pode ser que você precise de passaporte. Passport. Can you repeat it? Passport. Now on the plane, what do you see here? Oh, I like this time. Eu gosto desta hora. Flight attendant. So here is the flight attendant. Okay, and she's serving food. Ela está servindo a comida. She's serving food. Probably breakfast. Provavelmente café da manhã. Breakfast. This is the overhead bin, or the overhead compartment. Overhead bin. This is where you put your carry-on luggage, right? Your carry-on luggage. Or your hand luggage. Remember, carry-on luggage? Hand luggage. This is where you put your small bag on the plane, in the overhead bin. Can you repeat it? Overhead bin. Okay, so let's take a look at some more words, okay? My video is frozen once again. Back on. Next, what happened here? Oh, there was a mistake. But anyway, here I have some more words, okay? Now repeat. Terminal. Terminal. A place where vehicles, passengers, or goods begin or end a journey. Flight time. Departure time. Your flight time is the time that the plane leaves. One more time. Flight time, departure time. Your flight time is the time that the plane leaves. Check-in desk. Check-in desk is a place where you can show your tickets and give the airline your bags so they can put them on the plane. É o barcão de check-in. Check-in desk, ou de embarque. A place where you can show your tickets and give the airline your bags so they can put them on the plane. Any questions so far? Alguma pergunta até agora? Ninguém tem pergunta? Vocês que estão aí me assistindo, se tiverem alguma pergunta, podem perguntar, ok? Nice to see you here, Natalia. It's a pleasure to have you in my class. So you're from São Paulo. That's good. I lived in São Paulo for 3 years. Welcome. So we have Natalia here. Thank you. Now, baggage allowance. What is baggage allowance? Let's go back. I only want this. Baggage allowance. Can you repeat it? Natalia, baggage allowance. Can you hear me well, by the way? Everybody can hear me? Baggage allowance. The maximum weight for your bags. It's usually 20 kilos. É o limite de bagagem. O peso máximo para suas malas, for your bags. It's usually 20 kilos. Geralmente é de 20 quilos. Excess baggage charge. Repeat it. Excess baggage charge. An amount of money you have to pay if your bags are heavier than the baggage allowance. Excess baggage charge. Ok? A taxa de por excesso de bagagem, ou a cobrança por excesso de bagagem. Excess baggage charge. Cancelled. If your plane is canceled, it doesn't leave and you have to get on another plane. Luggage belt. Baggage conveyor belt. The luggage belt or baggage conveyor belt is a moving rubber belt that takes your bag from the check-in desk to the plane or from the plane to the baggage reclaim area. We have somebody else. Luciene. Welcome, Luciene. It's nice to see you here. Luggage belt, baggage conveyor belt. And remember, if you want to participate, just raise your hand. Departure lounge. A large room in an airport where you can sit before getting on the plane. É o saguão de embarque. Saguão de partida. Departure lounge. After you check in, you go to the departure lounge. And the departure lounge, it's a waiting room. It's a big waiting room where you can sit before getting on the plane. Repeat. Departure lounge. Next, security check-in area. Security check-in area. The area in an airport where you show your passport. The area in an airport where you show your passport. Can you repeat it? Can you repeat it one more time? Security check-in area. A área de fazer o check-in, passar pela segurança, né? Boarding gates, portão de embarque, boarding gates. The area where you show your boarding pass and get on the plane. A área onde você mora, o seu cartão de embarque e embarca no avião. Entra no avião. Get on the plane. Boarding gates. Board. If you board a plane, you get on it. Embarcar. Board. If you board a plane, you get on it. Arrival time. O horário de chegada. Arrival time, the time your plane arrives at its destination. And the next one is land. If a plane lands, it comes to the ground in a controlled manner. Land, aterrissar. If a plane lands, it comes to the ground in a controlled manner. And take off. If a plane takes off, it leaves the ground in a controlled manner. take off, decolar. If a plane takes off, it leaves the ground in a controlled manner. So this is it for the vocabulary, okay? Before we go to the conversation, this is the vocabulary. Any questions so far? So far, so good? Okay, let's go to the next one. Oh, there's one more word. Delayed, atrasado. If your plane is delayed, it leaves later than planned. Repeat, please. Delayed. Useful expressions. Now let's take a look at useful expressions before we begin. What you say? Where is the check-in desk, please? Repeat. Where is the check-in desk, please? Which terminal does the plane leave from? Which terminal does the plane leave from? Do you know which gate the plane is leaving from? Do you know which gate the plane is leaving from? So let's say it again. Where is the check-in desk, please? Onde fica o balcão do check-in, por favor? Which terminal does the plane leave from? De qual terminal o avião parte? Do you know which gate the plane is leaving from? Sabe de qual portão o avião vai partir? Do you know which gate the plane is leaving from? Where is boarding gate 34, please? Onde que fica o portão de embarque 34, por favor? Where is boarding gate 34, please? Can I have a window seat, please? Eu posso pegar uma janela ou um assento de janela, por favor? Can I get a window seat, please? Where is the security check-in area? Onde fica a área do check-in de segurança? Where is the security check-in area? What you hear? Can I see your passport, please? Can I see your passport, please? Did you pack the bags yourself? Your plane is delayed 45 minutes. Would you like a window seat or an aisle seat? Would you like a window seat or an aisle seat? Here's your boarding pass. You'll be boarding at gate number 34. You'll be boarding at gate number 34. Okay, so let's listen to the dialogue. First, before we begin, tell me what you see here. So let's see here. Let's review the vocabulary. Here is the check-in desk, right? So the people here are the check-in agents or check-in attendants. They work for the airline company. And these people here on the sides, these three people, are passengers. And here's where you put your luggage, this area here, and you weigh your luggage. Você pesa sua bagagem. So that's where you check in your bags, onde você faz o check-in das suas malas. And you can see here, there's a number. It says, I think I can see number 24 here. So this is a scale, é uma balança, okay? So this scale, esta balança, weighs your bag, pesa sua mala. All right, so let's listen, okay?
The airport.
Hi.
Good morning. May I see your ticket and passport, please?
Certainly, here you are.
Would you like a window seat or an aisle seat?
Window seat, please.
Could you place your bag on the luggage belt, please?
Sure.
Did you pack it yourself?
Yes.
Has anyone interfered with your bag or asked you to take anything on board the plane?
No.
Do you have any firearms, hazardous materials, or liquids in your bag?
No.
Well, I'm afraid your bag has exceeded the maximum baggage allowance, so you'll have to pay the excess fare.
Oh, right.
If you just go over to that counter over there, you can pay the amount. Then just come back here with the receipt, and I'll put your bag straight through.
Okay, thanks. Here you are.
Thank you. Here's your boarding card. Your flight leaves at 13:34. Boarding will commence at 12:40. Five. The boarding gate hasn't been announced yet, but it should appear on the flight information screens in about half an hour. The security check-in area is just over there. Have a nice flight.
Thanks.
Okay. So before we go to the questions, I'll play it once again, okay?
At the airport.
Hi.
Good morning. May I see your ticket and passport, please?
Certainly, here you are.
Would you like a window seat or an aisle seat?
Window seat, please.
Could you place your bag on the luggage belt, please?
Sure.
Did you pack it yourself?
Yes.
Has anyone interfered with your bag or asked you to take anything on board the plane?
No.
Do you have any firearms, hazardous materials, or liquids in your bag?
No.
Well, I'm afraid your bag has exceeded the maximum baggage allowance, so you'll have to pay the excess fare.
Oh, right.
If you just go over to that counter over there, you can pay the amount. Then just come back here with the receipt, and I'll put your bag straight through.
Okay, thanks. Here you are.
Thank you. Here's your boarding card. Your flight leaves at 13:34. Boarding will commence at 12:45. The boarding gate hasn't been announced yet, but it should appear on the flight information screens in about half an hour. The security check-in area is just over there. Have a nice flight.
Thanks.
Okay. Now, let's so the first question I have for you, where is Mr. Fleet? Okay, where is Mr. Fleet? Mr. Fleet. Okay, we're talking about the airport, right? So where is Mr. Fleet? Would you like to answer the question, Natalia Duarte? Hello, Natalia, would you like to answer the question? Where is Mr. Fleet? Or Amanda? Amanda, would you like to answer the question? Amanda, gostaria de responder a pergunta. Where is Mr. Fleet? You can unmute your microphone. Pode ativar o microfone. No problem. So, where is Mr. Fleet? At the airport. The next question. Who does Mr. Fleet talk to? Who does Mr. Fleet talk to? He talks to the attendants. What does the attendant want to see? What does the attendant want to see? The attendant wants to see his ticket and passport. Okay, I think somebody. Okay, the attendant wants to see. Does Mr. Fleet, number 4, does Mr. Fleet want a window seat or an aisle seat? He wants a window seat. Okay. What does Mr. Fleet put on the luggage belt? He puts his bag on the luggage belt. Does he have any firearms or liquids in his bag? What are firearms? Like guns, right? Or liquids in his bag? No, he doesn't. Ele tem arma de fogo ou líquido na sua bolsa? No, he doesn't. Não, não tem. What time does the flight leave? What time does the flight leave? Que horas que o voo sai? At 13:34 or 1:34 p.m. When you're talking about planes, time, it's always in 24 hours, you know? It's not AM or PM. They use the system of 24 hours. So, like in Brazil, 13:34. Where is the security check-in area? Where is the security check-in area? It's just over there, nearby. Very good. So now I'm going to play again the conversation and you will repeat. Okay?
To the airport.
Hi.
Hi.
Good morning. May I see your ticket and passport, please?
Certainly, here you are.
Would you like a window seat or an aisle seat?
Uh,
At the airport.
Sorry. So I need to have a better control over this. Let's go back. Let's start over.
At the airport.
hi.
Hi.
Good morning. May I see your ticket and passport, please?
Certainly, here you are.
Would you like a window seat or an aisle seat?
Uh,
At the airport.
Okay. Let's do it again.
hi.
Good morning. May I see your ticket and passport, please?
Good morning. May I see your ticket and passport, please?
Certainly, here you are.
Certainly. Here you are.
Would you like a window seat or an aisle seat?
Window seat, please.
Could you place your bag on the luggage belt? Could you place your bag on the luggage? Would you like a window seat or an aisle seat?
Window seat, please.
Could you place your bag on the luggage belt, please?
Sure.
Did you pack it yourself?
Yes.
At the end. Like a window seat or an aisle seat?
Window seat, please.
Could you place your bag on the luggage belt, please?
Sure.
Sure.
The luggage belt, please?
Sure.
Did you pack it yourself?
Yes.
Yes.
Has anyone interfered with your bag or asked you to take anything on board the plane?
No.
Do you have any firearms, hazardous materials, or liquids in your bag?
No.
I'm afraid your bag has exceeded the maximum at the end. Come back here with the receipt or liquids in your bag. Interfered with your bag or asked you to take anything on board the plane?
No.
Do you have any firearms, hazardous materials, or liquids in your bag?
No.
I'm afraid your bag has exceeded the maximum baggage allowance. So you'll have to pay the excess fare.
Oh. All right.
If you just go to that counter over there, you can pay the amount. Then just come back here with the receipt, and I'll put your bag straight through.
Okay, thanks.
So 10 minutes later, he comes back and hands her the receipts.
Here you are.
Thank you. Here's your boarding card.
Let's go back a little.
Here's your boarding card. Your flight leaves at.
Here you are.
Thank you. Here's your boarding card. Your flight leaves at 13:34. Boarding will commence at 12:45. The boarding gate hasn't been announced yet, but it should appear on the flight information screens in about half an hour. The security check-in area is just over there. Have a nice flight.
Thanks.
Okay, so the playback control should stay on all the time, but it pops up and then disappears, and then I have to keep moving my mouse over it so it can pop up again. So it didn't work as I expected to, but better than nothing. I apologize for the inconvenience. Okay, do you have any questions so far? So let's do this. We're gonna choose two people to play role, to read the conversation, okay? So anybody wants to volunteer to read this text? I need two people. If somebody wants to read, you're welcome to read right now. No problem if nobody wants to read. But this is your opportunity or chance to practice what we have seen so far. Does anybody volunteer? No, nobody volunteers. Amanda, Natalia, Karina. You don't want to volunteer? Okay, so let's continue. I'm gonna do it myself. I'm gonna be Mr. Fritz and the attendant. Okay, just pay attention to the flow. Hi, good morning. May I see your ticket and passport, please? Certainly. Here you are. Would you like a window seat or an aisle seat? A window seat, please. Could you place your bag on the luggage belt, please? Sure. Did you pack it yourself? Yes. Has anyone interfered with her bag or asked you to take anything on board the plane? No. Do you have any firearms, hazardous materials, or liquids in your bag? No. Oh, I'm afraid your bag has exceeded the maximum baggage allowance, so you have to pay the excess fare. Oh, right. If you just go over to that counter over there, you can pay the amount. Then just come back here with receipt and I'll put your bags straight through. Okay, thanks. 10 minutes later, he comes back and hands her the receipt. Here you are. Thank you. Here's your boarding card. Your flight leaves at 13:34. Boarding will commence at 12:45. The boarding gate hasn't been announced yet, but it should appear on the flight information screens in about half an hour. The security checking area is just over there. Have a nice flight. Okay. Thanks. And it's over. So now let's have some follow-up questions.
At the airport,
Oh, no, I don't want this. Okay. Now, the first question is, have you ever traveled by plane? Or did you fly by plane already? Okay, did you? Of course, you fly. Have you ever traveled by plane? Yes or no? If so, when? I have traveled by plane, I believe. Let me see here. The first time was in 1999 when I went to the United States for the first time. And then again, while I was in the United States, I went to Indianapolis. So the first time I went to the United States, I was in Florida. I went to Florida, and from Florida, I went to Indianapolis. And then I went back to Florida, and then next I flew to Massachusetts. So 3 times. And then I came back to Brazil 4 times. And then after I came back, I went 3 more times to the United States in 2008, in 2011, no, 4 more times, 2015 and 2016. So I have traveled many times by plane. So where to? Okay, the first time, 1999 to the United States, Florida. What do you do at the airport before the flight? What do you do at the airport before the flight? So this is what I do. When I check in, I go to the the lounge, right? The boarding lounge. This is where we wait to be boarded, or to board the plane. And then there you have restaurants. You can eat, you can buy things, So I usually walk around, I eat. Sometimes I buy some things if it's cheap, because at the airport you have tax-free sometimes, tax-free stores, but nothing is cheap. Everything is expensive at the airport, right? So I eat, and then I get on the phone or on the computer, because we have free Wi-Fi. You can connect your charger, and you can charge your phones, and that's what I do at the airports before the flights. What about you? What do you do at the airport before the flights? Have you ever paid extra for lunch? No, I haven't, because I always weigh my bags before I go to the airport. And if I go to the airport, for some reason, it's uh, exceeding the maximum allowance, or it's exceeding the allowance, what do? I try to switch things in bags. I distribute the weight in all my bags, between all my bags, so they are the right weight. I don't like to pay extra for luggage. I hate it. What items can you not take on a plane? Do you remember what items you cannot take on a plane? We have firearms. What else? Depending on the kind of metal you have, you cannot take sharp objects or big objects that can be used as a weapon on the plane. Liquids, there is a limit. I don't remember now the maximum limit for liquids. For example, if you have a big bottle of shampoo, chances are you are not allowed to take that on a plane, not inside, but you may check it out or check it in, rather, with your extra luggage, not your carry-on luggage, with your regular luggage that goes in the plane luggage compartment underneath the plane, not inside the plane, not in the luggage bin inside the plane. You have to dispatch your bags before you board. And do you prefer traveling light or with many bags? Why? I prefer to travel light, not with a lot of bags. With as few as bags as possible, I don't like carrying a lot of bags. It's too uncomfortable. It's too awkward. So anybody who wants to participate, answer the questions as well. Okay, let's continue. And then it was very nice having you here. Foi muito bom ter vocês aqui. And I hope I have helped you. Espero que eu tenha ajudado vocês. And I hope to see you in my next presentation. Thank you very much for your time.